Like you just do like a close-up being like...
I'm going, "Arr, arr, 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 arr," and you going, oi, 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 oi.
Look at that.
Welcome to Clip Fame, where Hollywood's most genuine moments become unforgettable. The Odyssey may take Robert Pattinson into the world of epic mythology, but in interviews, the real adventure belongs to whoever happens to be sitting next to him. He tells stories that become more unbelievable by the second, all while keeping such a straight face that the people around him can do nothing but laugh.
Your character has a sound understanding of physics. How's your understanding of physics?
I can barely add. I can barely read. I can't add up. I can't get above 10, really. Well, as soon as it's more than 2 hands, then I'm done.
Robert Pattinson may be able to put on the Batman suit, navigate a maze of conspiracies, and look impossibly mysterious on screen. But the second physics comes up, he immediately taps out. He does not even try to sound brilliant. He just calmly admits that his counting skills end at 10 fingers, and that kind of innocent self-roasting makes it impossible for anyone in the room to keep a straight face.
You know, I was thinking during the introduction when I was a kid, and that's a long time ago, but, you know, the kids my age, boys my age, they wanted to be baseball players or they wanted to run away and join the circus. This is a very different time. Did you have any of those dreams as a kid?
Running away and joining the circus? No, the first time I went to a circus, somebody died. One of the clowns died.
All right, I'm not letting that go. How did the clown die?
His little car exploded. The joke car exploded on him.
You're being serious about this, yeah? So did that kind of ruin the circus for you?
It was. Like, my parents had to, like, everybody ran out. It was terrifying.
It's bizarre. What a bizarre way to start the interview.
The only time I've ever been to the circus.
How would you react if one of your scariest childhood memories involved a clown and an exploding toy car? Robert Pattinson tells the story like he is casually remembering a slightly strange afternoon at the circus. The more serious he looks, the harder it is to decide whether you should be horrified or start laughing. And that is exactly what makes his sense of humor so unmistakably his.
What's going on with you guys, you English guys? Because we have a lot of now Spider-Man's English, Batman's English, Superman's English.
I feel like we have a problem.
Yeah, I actually worked with Tom Holland when I did this movie called The Lost City of Z years ago, and he was, I think he hadn't even been cast as Spider-Man, and he was wearing a Spider-Man outfit when I was shooting that movie.
But why?
And I was like, he really manifested that part. Like, I mean, he was wearing a Spider-Man, I swear to God. Like, we were in Colombia, and I'm 99% certain he wasn't cast yet.
Hold on.
Only Robert Pattinson could hear people talking about British actors becoming Spider-Man, Batman, and Superman, then immediately remembered Tom Holland wearing a full Spider-Man suit in Colombia before he had even landed the role. He tells it like Tom had been quietly casting himself years in advance. Robert never has to fight his co-stars for laughs. He just remembers the strangest detail at exactly the right moment, and the whole room is gone. Which Robert Pattinson moment made you laugh the hardest? Drop it in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more unforgettable celebrity moments on Clip Fame. How much do you have to make things up before even you cannot remember whether the story was ever true? Robert Pattinson once claimed that he had worked as a jewelry model, but when the story comes up again, he looks just as confused as the host. The best part is that he never tries to save himself. He simply admits that he used to say random things in interviews and lets the audience laugh at the mess he created.
Okay, what's my full name?
Oh, God
Yeah, you're not gonna know this.
Oh, no, you have a middle name, too. Oh, that, I have no idea.
I have a middle name and 2 last names, technically.
Well, I know you're...
What? You not know my last name?
I'll just take a pass on that one.
Yes. It is Googleable, but it is not something that I just go out and, tell people, hello, my name is,
Zendaya, Coleman, Domingo.
Domingo is perfect. Yes.
Zendaya and Robert have the kind of chemistry where one look is enough for her to know exactly how awkward he is about to get. Robert does not pretend to remember everything about her. He just smiles sheepishly and admits defeat, which gives Zendaya even more reason to tease him. That gentle, slightly clumsy side of him makes the moment feel much sweeter than a normal celebrity quiz.
It is. I mean, I was a bit scared to kind of ask them anything. But I bumped into Christian Bale next to him at a urinal, and that was, I guess it kind of inspired him to say, the first thing you need to do in the Batsuit is figure out a way to pee. And so when I went to the costume department, I was like, first things first. I need a patch. I need a flap on the back. Easy access.
Oh, you did it in the back. Interesting.
It's a Velcro.
Mm-hmm.
Velcro. Yeah,
that's very.
He's sitting down.
Yeah, that gives us.
People usually ask Robert Pattinson how he mentally prepared to become Batman, but the most useful advice he received came from Christian Bale in a bathroom. Robert tells the story as if a superhero's first concern should not be saving Gotham, but making sure he can escape his own suit. That kind of honesty completely destroys the cool image Hollywood builds around him, which is exactly why he is so much more entertaining than the character he plays.
Time when you spend 2 months near a fishing village?
Well, there wasn't an enormous amount, but I found it kind of unusual. There were 2 pretty highly frequented sex shops.
2 sex shops?
Yeah.
Are they just selling a lot of fisherman stuff?
In the sex shop?
The funniest part is the way Robert talks about finding 2 adult stores in a tiny fishing village with the same calm expression he would use to mention the local bakery. He never tries to make the story sound more shocking. He just says it so casually that everyone else ends up feeling awkward for him. The calmer he stays, the more unmistakably Robert Pattinson the whole story becomes.
Not even that. I mean, even before Twilight, I was doing weird stuff. And to be honest, I always saw Twilight's pretty weird. It's really just.
Entire generation, Edward Cullen was the ultimate romantic fantasy. But Robert Pattinson never saw the character that simply. Even at the height of Twilight mania, he saw something strange, dark, and slightly unsettling in Edward and quietly pushed the performance in that direction. Maybe that is exactly why Edward became so memorable. Robert never fully played along with the fantasy everyone expected from him.
I gotta ask you, why are you guys still driving cars when you have the ability to run so fast?
There's a lot of stuff in the Twilight world that doesn't make any sense. It's like, why are they still going to high school? Like, up until last year, they're 100 years old.
That's the line of legality, and I'm kind of way over here.
What makes Robert Pattinson so entertaining is that he has never pretended everything in Twilight made perfect sense. He will sit on a talk show and genuinely question why a 100-year-old vampire still goes to high school or drives a car instead of simply running everywhere. The way he laughs while poking holes in his most famous role shows that he was never trapped by its success. He could always step outside it, look back, and laugh with the audience.
It's so funny because I agree with you, right? You have that interaction with Christopher Nolan, Christopher Nolan, and he's doing the Odyssey and he's thinking of you, you just say yes. Unless you're Robert Pattinson. And Robert Pattinson says, I can't wait to read it.
Just kill me.
I don't know what's going on.
No, I don't know why. I sound like such a knob, literally saying this. It was supposed to be more of a humble thing, and it makes me sound so angry.
He said, I asked him about it earlier today, and he was like, yeah, as a matter of fact, he did.
I also thought Chris was so funny in his reaction, just saying it. He's like,
you want to read it?
Everyone else has said yes.
I was like, no, it's fine. I changed my mind.
That's funny. I'm good. When do we shoot? But it was, I would imagine also.
The second Christopher Nolan calls, most actors would probably say yes before even asking what the movie is about. Robert Pattinson, meanwhile, still wanted to read the script, then laughed at himself as if that were somehow the strange response. The moment says a lot about the pull of the Odyssey, but it also shows what makes Robert different. Even in a project everyone wants to join, he keeps his curiosity, his caution, and that slightly awkward charm that always feels completely genuine.
And actually a guy came up to my car and I was in this kind of amazing mood after having read it. And I was looking at this guy through my window. He's like, there are tunnels under LA and they're stealing the children and bringing them there. And I was listening to this guy going, wow, this is a crazy night. So the first guy was a crazy guy on the street. It's like, hey man, I just got Tenet.
Look at that.
Well, you've got some tough guy stuff ahead of you now with the Batman.
Robert Pattinson had barely finished reading the Batman script when a stranger appeared beside his car and started talking about secret tunnels under Los Angeles. Most people would have locked the doors and driven away. Robert stood there listening like he had just been handed free character research. Apparently, the city wanted to make sure its new Batman received a proper welcome.
Happening.
Okay, but here's the thing.
Because my side is also that
Is
side.
it that?
Well, I didn't realize until I was doing stuff with you.
Well, that's why I always put this bang on this side. So. Oh, it's just my hair. This is so stupid. Sometimes for pictures this side, but then I think on film I like this side.
Interesting. Do you think about
I
it
feel
when,
like
during
it's more
when you're
like-
playing a character? You're like, hold on a second. I think she would be looking this way.
But not in like a vain way. I don't know. I think it like, I don't know, this side sometimes gives more emotion or something. I don't know.
Do you think when you take a selfie, it flips your face around?
Like, what do you mean? Like when
You don't have a side.
like when you.
Anyone who's really got a side, you flip around and you're like horrified. That's why I don't have Instagram. If I took a selfie, then like I feel like I don't exist. Like I'm literally like you have a just move on.
Zendaya works so well with Robert because she lets him finish every strange thought and simply laughs along instead of turning the conversation into something serious. Robert, meanwhile, does not bother protecting his mysterious image. He openly talks about finding his best angle and feeling like he does not exist in selfies. Their chemistry feels effortless. The more surprised she gets, the more endearing he becomes.
So I looked up how a bat fights, and there was this one video on planet Earth of the technique of a vampire bat with a chicken in a cage. And how it fights the chicken was that it flaps around the cage for like an hour, just flap banging on the cage until the chicken's been scared for so long the chicken falls asleep. And then the bat sneaks into the cage and bites it on its anus. And I sent that.
Most actors cast as Batman would probably head straight into martial arts training. Robert decided to study how actual bats deal with their prey. Then he took the strangest conclusion from that research and calmly shared it on national television, like it was essential preparation for the role. That is what makes him so lovable. The more unbelievable the story sounds, the more sincerely he tells it.
You guys got, what, a 6-minute standing ovation at the Cannes Film Festival.
Yeah.
Was that embarrassing?
Well, I mean, it's weird because you have a spotlight on you, and so you after a while you're kind of hearing clapping, but only seeing the people involved in the movie clapping. So I'm like, are we just the only people clapping? We might just be continuing this ovation just for ourselves.
What would you do if an entire theater stood and applauded you for 6 straight minutes? Robert Pattinson stood in the middle of Cannes, looking like he had somehow wandered into someone else's moment. He always seems slightly detached from the fame surrounding him, and that awkwardness makes him feel more genuine than any perfectly polished acceptance speech ever could.
Feynman and the various other physicists' books.
But your character has a sound understanding of physics. How's your understanding of physics?
I can barely add. I can barely read.
Robert can sit down and read Feynman to prepare for Tenet, but he is still the first person to admit that basic math might be asking too much of him. He never tries to protect the image of a brilliant, serious actor. He roasts himself first and laughs along. And that slightly awkward honesty is far more entertaining than any polished answer he could have prepared.
I came back after lunch. I was like, hi!
Oh,
I'm a smiling vampire.
100%.
Robert is funny because he says everything with a perfectly straight face while everyone around him completely loses it. One little smiling vampire greeting is enough to show exactly what makes his humor so unique. The less amused he looks, the funnier he becomes.
Hi, I'm Robert Pattinson,
And I'm Jennifer Lawrence.
and today we're interviewing each other for our new film, Die My Love.
Which is otherwise known as sweating.
Oh, God.
He sweats a lot. Am I the prettiest woman you've ever seen?
Deceptive.
Wow. Thank you for not just saying no. Am I a night or morning person? I mean, how would you know that?
Jennifer Lawrence and Robert Pattinson bounce off each other so naturally that they start teasing one another almost immediately. Jennifer asks a question that clearly seems to require a simple yes, and Robert somehow finds the one word that makes her freeze for a second before laughing. He never answers anything in a straight line, but he always keeps the exchange playful, warm, and strangely adorable. Robert Pattinson may play Batman, step into massive films like The Odyssey, and carry an air of mystery that makes him almost impossible to read. But off-screen, he gets people laughing with his awkward honesty and stories that never seem to go in a normal direction. He never has to chase the joke. All it takes is a perfectly straight face, a little self-roasting at the right moment, or an answer no one saw coming, and the person sitting next to him is already losing it. Which moment do you think best captures Robert Pattinson's one-of-a-kind sense of humor? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss more of Hollywood's funniest, most genuine, and unforgettable moments here on Clip Fame.